Oh yeah, I ticked a box on being
You did. You ticked a box off. That's it. You are now forever to be recorded. Okay. So we can see the allotment as it develops and your new shed, and we can see Sue.
Yeah.
We can put her on YouTube. Aquilegia,
Claire. You can put Aquilegia in and that'll come back every year.
That's gorgeous.
That's nice. That'll go about 3 foot high with flowers. It's quite pretty. My primroses, even though this is a mass of flowers, this one never gets lots of leaves on. I don't know why, but once that's finished flowering, I'm going to take it up from there and I'm going to put it underneath the rhubarb in the shade.
Oh, it's beautiful, that.
It's gorgeous, isn't it? When it was full of flowers, it was absolutely beautiful. Yeah, let's do that.
Oh, it is. Look, it's unusual, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Gorgeous. Yeah. I bought a clump of rhubarb.
Here, Dot.
I bought a clump of rhubarb. Yeah.
This looks a bit healthier there.
verbena here. More primroses.
More primulas. Some
roses at all.
Wallflowers.
Is that an aquilegia?
That's an aquilegia.
There's your aquilegia, Claire. That's a bit taller, that one now.
So these, Claire, I did from seed last year. So you can get some seed and just sprinkle them out. Just follow the instructions on the back of the seed packet and just put them out, and then they'll grow.
And they're lovely wallflower.
A nice wallflower.
Beautiful.
So they're coming up every year. I keep getting seeds and little bits, and they're from Charlie. Because when I got the allotment, there were 3 big clumps of wallflower in the middle. So yeah.
So what's this then?
These are my alliums. Those are crocuses, just finished off. And these are alliums. They're going to be big ones, the big purple ball ones.
I've got some of them.
Yeah. So yes, I saved the seed heads from them last year, Claire. They're really pretty. They look nice in dried flowers.
Yeah.
So this is what Nan knows what this is called. What's this now?
This is let me think. Oh, I had it on the tip of my tongue. It's that yellow daisy that drops over. What's it called? Rebecca.
Oh, Rebecca.
That's what that is. Yeah.
That'd be good for your garden, Claire.
Yeah, because that comes back every year, Claire.
Oh, nice. And
that's what this one is, Claire. This one that I said was good for the bees.
6 Hill. Oh, is it Nepeta? Is that how you say it?
Nepeta. Like a mint, isn't it? Yeah.
What? How do you say it, Dorothy?
I don't know. Nepeta, I suppose. Yeah.
Nepeta. Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So this comes back every year. So
it's come up.
What's this? That's Rebecca.
Rebecca.
It's come up on Google. Catnips.
Yeah.
Catnip. Yeah.
It's like a mint, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it actually catnip?
Yeah, your cats will love it. So you might want to put something around it to stop them sitting in it, otherwise you won't get any flowers.
We had 3 plugs of catnip in our last garden and they ate them. They literally just ate them out the ground. I went one day and they were gone. And the cats were crying. I was like,
marijuana for cats, isn't it?
They were rolling around next to it and I was like, they've eaten them alive. Just ate them off the ground. I'd have to put them in a pot and protect it.
Right, what else is going on?
Beautiful, isn't it?
When we have some peas out, the sweet peas are going to go on the here.
Oh,
but some of the sweet peas are going to go on here, then they'll go on the trellis at the back.
Is it too cold at the moment for sweet peas?
Bring them out, yeah. And there's some trellis behind Deb's.
But they've been planted, haven't they?
They're all in the greenhouse doing okay.
So we'll show you the sweet corn in a minute.
In a minute, that's in the greenhouse. Okay, so we've got more leeks over there, which I haven't planted.
Everywhere. Leeks just everywhere.
They're just coming up from Charlie. So the red sorrel is okay, but it doesn't seem too happy there, so I might move it. We've seen that.
I'm just looking up the Peter now on Google to get some from a pot, I think, that I've got here.
You can get it really cheap, Claire. Some nurseries will charge you an arm and a leg for it, about £12 or £13 a pot. Don't pay that.
Yeah.
I'll find you some and send it you.
Oh,
Where?
lovely. Yeah.
What's that plant behind you in the corner by the fence? The big one.
This me tree.
The tree.
It's
Oh,
me-
is it an Acer?
It's the maple tree.
Oh, a maple. Oh, right. Oh, gosh.
Glenn,
Gorgeous.
Deck's dad gave it to us. It's 30 years old.
Wow, that's lovely,
I
isn't it?
know. It's beautiful,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Will it change colour?
Yeah, it goes red.
Yes, gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
I've
you'll have to
learned
look after that now. Oh,
know.
God. Oh, what a responsibility.
I know. It's like a family heirloom.
Yeah.
So the chives are coming up to flower, which the bees will love. And then we can make some chive vinegar, which is
lovely.
onion flavoured vinegar,
Nice.
which is great with chips. I mean, I should use the chives more than I do. I do take them home and use them, but I love to see them flowering as well.
Yeah.
I didn't know chives flowered. Oh my gosh, I've only ever seen them in a pot in a supermarket.
They have the most gorgeous lilac flowers on them, Claire. And when you put it in, with some white wine vinegar, the vinegar has a beautiful lilac colour. It's gorgeous.
Amazing.
Do it.
Absolutely beautiful. So
Do you know
behind
what the lovely
chives,
is?
what, sorry, sweetheart?
Do you remember in cooking when we made those breakfast hash, the
Yes.
breakfast hashes, the beautiful chopped up in them as well. They add an almost cheesy onion-y
Yes.
Mm.
If you don't,
to it.
when we did the floddies, if you don't squash
that
them
was
down,
it.
I think I over squashed them. They're nice, quite rough. If you can get them to set thoroughly on one side and not squish them down, they look even better when they're more rough and ready.
Beautiful.
Behind the chives of the garlic, they're doing okay.
Whoa, look at all that garlic.
Oh, wow.
You can never have enough garlic.
So in front of the chives, the parsley is still coming up. It's having a little go slow. It might need a bit of weeding actually.
Is parsley slow growing?
It is slow growing.
Parsley
And
is
then
slow
it'll just
growing.
go crazy. So let's get rid of that weed in there because it's competing with it. Get rid of that weed in there. So that's all parsley. That's the weed
big
there.
one.
That is calendula. It gets everywhere. Right. So I think we're oh, there's another one there. Another weed there. Let's get rid of that. And we'll get rid of that from round there. I'm not made to have nice hands. Right.
Oh, gosh.
Please be assured I'll scrub my nails thoroughly before the cook next week.
I think I'll have to go now. I'm sorry.
That's
You're
all right.
See you
Such a
later.
short
Dad.
time.
See you.
Take
Yeah.
much care, sweetheart.
See you next
Bye,
time.
doll.
Okay. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Right, we do have potatoes in here, but I don't know where they are.
The
They
potatoes
decided
are
they're
here
not growing yet.
somewhere.
So they should be there.
They're here somewhere. Those potatoes.
Gosh.
I did really well for potatoes last year.
They'll come. They'll be there eventually.
Yeah, they weren't there for a long
Oh.
time last year.
That
Okay.
sky looks gorgeous behind you as well.
Oh, our spring onions, Sue. Sky's
Oh, the spring
beautiful.
onions. Not a sign.
No sign of spring onions.
Not a sign whatsoever. They should
Anywhere.
all be in here.
Supposed to be here.
Oh, hang on, wait a minute. What's that?
Oh, maybe.
No, I don't think so. I think
No
it's a
spring
weed.
onions.
No spring onions.
So we put our
hang on,
stick
wait a
here,
minute. Wait a minute. That could
And
be one
then,
there.
oh, we could
might
have one.
have
We
one.
could have one. We could have one. We might have one spring onion. But if you remember, we said they didn't go last year.
Might
We
we
all
have
had
one coming
onions
through?
last year. We
Yeah,
planted them
we
and they
used the same variety last year and it didn't do anything. So I went and bought
So
a
look
different
at
variety.
that. What, can you see that one solitary spring onion there?
Oh.
Just-
Just where's your there? Yeah. That's a spring onion. That's it. Planted 2 weeks ago.
Well, I think they put something like 250 seeds in. Oh, hang on, wait a minute. Is there another one there?
We might have another one.
No, that's not one.
Is that one?
It's
there?
a weed.
Is that one? Oh, we might have one there.
We might have one there.
Oh.
We will wait. We will not dig them up yet. We will not rake it over yet. We will live in hope and see what happens.
But if they're not here in 2 weeks' time, we'll give up and do it again.
I'll refill some more just to be on the safe side.
Is that grass that there?
I think I've thrown out about 2,000 seeds around my garden of different things. I fully
Yeah.
expect like if I get like 3% of them growing, I'd be quite happy.
So what's I know.
That is, let me think, it's spinach, but it's not very good. It's
Oh,
been in all winter, so I'm going to plant a new row. But what I'm going to do, before I take it out, I'll take all the healthy ones off it and then just get rid of the rest. But I've got some perpetual spinach to put in, which tastes really beautiful, really buttery, so I'm going to put some of that in. I'm not going to sow it today because we've forecast a really bad downpour and cold weather. So that's just going to make the soil really cold, so they won't germinate. So I'm going to wait 2 weeks and then I'll put them in next time. Okay.
So these are spring onions, aren't they?
Those are there over there.
Yeah, see, these are all right. These
So
spring
they were
onions
sold last year, and they've come up all right. Some of these leaves aren't very good inside, but these are fine. So once they're done,
there you are. Spring
Oh.
onion.
one springy onion.
One springy onion.
Okay. So I'll take them out when they're done. I'll give them another few weeks and I'll take them out because I want to change this corner. Bed's going to go over there. So all the squash, well, one type of squash are going to come in here. The straight neck squash are going to go over here. If you're planting squash in your garden, don't put two kinds of squash together because they'll cross pollinate, and then you won't get it won't come true. You'll end up with a different kind of squash, not the kind of squash you're growing. I don't know why, but it does. So all your squash you've got to keep really separate. So the straight neck ones are going to go in here. I think I've got a pumpkin one, and I think I'm going to put that over there behind the apple tree. And then there's a buttercup squash, which I think are going to go this side in front of Walt, the wheelbarrow man. Where all the woodies now. That's going to be squashes.
I'll be squashed soon.
And then we're
going to
plant
transform.
I've just got to decide where I'm going to plant the peas. I haven't decided that yet. We tall peas.
Okay, your tall peas. We're
We've
going to
got
do that today.
Yeah, we've got Oscar peas growing at home. They're short ones. They just need twigs to go around them. So any little bits of twigs you can put in, and then they'll twist the tendrils around the twigs for support. But the tall ones, once they start going, you'll need canes or some netting for them to go up. Okay.
Okay. More leeks. There's leeks everywhere.
There are leeks everywhere.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Strawberries now then.
I've just put these in place. The plastic tubes in place, and I'm going to put some netting over the top of these. I'm not going to net it till the middle of next week. I put some fruit cage netting on, which has quite big holes in it.
Which is that there? I don't know if you can see that black netting on the fence.
So it's now time to put strawberries in?
It's now time to put strawberries in. If you're growing them from seed, yeah.
No.
Definitely.
So what if I was growing them from little planty things?
Yeah, put them in your pot, Deb.
Put them in now, right? I'll get some.
Can you see how big that netting is on my hand?
I think so. Yes, I can now. I'm moving my camera.
Deb, will it extend a bit more? No.
No, that's
All right.
it.
Right,
You hold on to your finger. Can you see it now?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Those holes are big enough to let the bees through.
Right.
So I've got a load of that netting on a roll. Deborah, are you putting your strawberries outside?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
So flower, put them in now.
Right.
When flower, we're going to net, once they've all flowered, we're going to start netting them. And we net them not to keep the bees out, but to keep the birds off, because the birds will eat them.
Right.
Okay. And if you get a little straw, just to put underneath each plant. So where your plant is flowering, once your strawberries start forming, you need to put something just underneath them to keep your strawberries off the soil. Otherwise, the slugs will have a field day with them.
Yeah.
Okay, can you see these here?
Yes.
These are all ice daisies that have self-seeded from last year. I had a pot at the end of this bed and a plant pot,
Yeah.
and they're all self-seeding everywhere.
Oh,
I'm going to take these out and put these into a little pot somewhere. And then we've got the old weed too.
Yes.
We'll weed this while we're going.
What's happened to my
What's happened to what? What's it done? Are you all right?
change my
Have you lost it?
no, it's just become a tiny little thing.
A tiny little thing? Right, let's go round to the radishes.
Oh, okay.
Let me just get something to help me with the radishes. Mind the water coming from out.
And so Jake, you need to look at these strawberries, Jake.
Have you got Jake?
Yeah, we've got Jake now.
Hi, Jake.
Hi, Jake. Hello.
I want to see Jake's strawberries.
Yes, I don't think he's planted them yet.
No, they're not planted yet. I'll do that later today, though.
Well, these ones here are doing quite well, but the ones in the back bed are being really, really slow. I don't know what's up with them. I think they are not going to come to much this year, and if they don't, then I'll replace all those plants. But the plants at the back are from the runners from last year, so they might just need a little time to get going. I mean, that one there in the middle, that's off a runner. Because strawberries set out runners. They have long bits that come off them with new plants on. So if you just peg them down, or just put a stone on the runner, on the vine, and then they'll start rooting into the soil.
Oh,
So
clever.
when you start with 6 strawberry plants, you could end up with 36 strawberry plants. Okay.
I've got one at my pot. You know, sorry, Sue. You know those like a pot that's got holes in the side. Mine's one like that, a strawberry thing. Is that all right?
They're clusters, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be all right.
Yeah, fine. So they'll be all right. Hi, David.
Morning.
So yeah, they'll be
Is
okay.
that from
Absolutely
Deborah?
fine. What was that, sorry, sweetheart?
I've had it a long time, Jake. I think it was like a local garden centre, I think, that used to be, I think it's called Trebarron. But I've had it a long time. It's kind of in one of the little sheddy things that I've got, but I've not used it for ages because the previous time I tried growing them, I must admit lots of slugs and things ate everything. So
yeah, the slugs love everything.
I know.
Strawberries.
Yeah, they love strawberries.
It's when you see the biggest strawberry ever, and you turn it over and you think, oh, brilliant, and there's a bloody great big hole in the other side.
Look at these strawberries here that are just growing in the cracks.
Oh wow! I mean,
they'll grow anywhere.
They just go everywhere.
More strawberries here. They just go everywhere.
Yeah.
Right, we were going to go to the radish, weren't
Go
we?
around this way.
Right, I'm going to follow Sue to the radish. Lots of pansies, fuchsias.
What did you call me?
Thyme. Okay, look, plant. I don't know if you can see that.
Primulas.
Don't think you can. What are these?
Okay, they are pack joy.
Pack joy.
Oh,
Yes,
look,
some doing better than others. Now that one looks like it's about to bolt. Can you see it's got flowers on it? We don't want it to do that.
Right.
So it's obviously got too warm and it will bolt and it won't form properly. That one looks like it's going okay. So when they get flowers in the top of them, get rid of the flowers quick. But once it starts bolting, you might not get a chance. You'll still be able to eat some of it, but
it won't carry on growing.
It won't carry on going. So these are some lettuce I planted the other week. Oh, these are just ordinary flathead lettuces. Those are what who gave them me? George gave them me. So what we do is if we've got spare plants is we put them outside the hub and then people can take what they want. So if you've got any spare produce at all and you've overgrown or grown too many, sold too many, to put them in pots and things, and then other people take them. So what we're going to do today is we're going to thin out the radish.
These are
our radish. Some of them are okay, but if you look at this row here,
you see the radish. I can't see properly.
you can't see properly. I think you're
radish.
right.
Can you see that?
Oh
Yep.
yeah.
So
Okay,
come over
so
this
these
bit.
are radish.
So in here, there's far too many together. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to thin them out. Let me just get something to put on my soil to stand on. Watch it breaking off now.
Oh, you squash your lettuce. So.
Oh, I did.
Oh, poor lettuce.
Poor lettuce. It's all right. It'll come back. It won't get too excited. Right. So I'm going to take some of these out of here and thin them out a bit. So that's okay there. That one's okay. We'll take that one out. We'll take that one out. We'll take that one out. That's okay. We'll take that one out of there. We'll take that one out of there. And I think we'll have, just kill that one. I'll be quiet. So these ones you've taken out, you can just put back in. Bob an extra row in and just plonk them back in and they'll be all right. And just space them out of it. They don't need much space to grow, just a little bit. Sorry, stay down there with your camera. So if you look, you can just see the little radishes just starting to form.
Oh, it's lovely sat out here.
I know, it's gorgeous, isn't it? I wish I was sat down doing nothing though.
Something, you know, to be.
I hope you've got your book at the side of you, Claire. We're not having you not reading this month like you did last month. I mean, it's a disgrace. I mean, everybody else were reading, Claire.
Oh God. I love it. Oh. I think a bit of your skies come over here now.
You
It's a little
reckon?
bit cloudy. Not as grey anyway, more blue.
That one look.
Ooh.
He's not going to be happy being moved, is he?
It'll be all right.
Sue, do you know with seeds, like any seed for any flowers,
Yes, darling.
do you have to, I know you said before about soil temperature, like I just put some out last Sunday and I just put them all over the garden.
Right.
in
What
the
kind of
soil.
seeds?
Was it,
Are
did
they
you
just
say,
wildflower seeds?
oh, what were they? They were sunflowers.
Yep.
I can't even remember the names of them. There were 3 other types of flower. I think gerbera were in there as well.
Yep. They should germinate. Your
Acer?
sunflowers might take a bit longer.
Might they?
Usually, I mean, I don't know if everybody does this, but when we're growing sunflowers here, we normally put them in a pot and set them going in a pot first.
Oh,
And
right.
then the big enough, we'll put them outside.
Yeah.
But see, have you still got some seeds?
No, I just did all of them. There was about 2,000 in total.
Right, you'll be fine. Something will come up somewhere. Don't worry.
Is it like because I know you said about soil temperature, so if it goes too cold, because it was sunny last week, so I put them out,
Well,
and then it
sunny-
went rainy for the week, and I was like, oh no, maybe I've just killed a load of them. Does it kill
No,
them, or do they come back?
They might be okay. I'm going to leave that row over there. It's too far over. Just do this one. Look at this little baby one. Look at this one.
Oh.
Oh,
Big radish.
Big Sue.
I don't know why I grow radish. I don't like them. I keep saying to myself, do I like these or not? It's like olives. I eat olives and I think, do I really like them?
Oh,
I can't make my mind up.
can't be Italian if you don't like olives.
I love olives with hummus though.
Right.
Hummus and custard
So-
bread.
Oh, that's the radish.
That's the radish sorted out. Let's just move him out.
Bless you, Deb.
Thank you.
So
We need to have a look at Jake's garden in
Yes,
the
we do.
break when we have a cup of tea. Let us know when it's 11 o'clock and
My
we'll have a break.
spinach isn't doing very well.
Your spinach, isn't that ours? I'm sure
Is it not?
I'm sure
It will do.
Sue can figure it
If
out.
not, I'll send you some seed back with Debs.
Do they need watering now then?
Yes, darling.
Oh, right.
Debbie, what are you called? 'Cause
Pull them out of the knife, close the bed and leave them.
in cooking, Debbie, you'd be the sous chef. What are you if you're in a garden being an assistant?
A nuisance.
Apprentice.
Nuisance.
What did he say then? Did he say useless?
No.
Nuisance.
A nuisance. No, he said a nuisance.
Right, so they'll be happy.
Try not to get in the way. I'm doing a lot of walking backwards here. Which is not, I'm not good at walking backwards. Let's have a look in the greenhouse. We haven't been in the greenhouse.
Greenhouse.
Wow.
Right. So these are the rocket we put in the big pot last week,
Wow.
2 weeks ago.
Mine
But
don't
in
look
the
like that.
smaller pot, can you see the difference in size?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got some that's still quite small, but these have gone mad. Now it could be that that's just a different compost I put in there, but I can't remember what I put in.
No, I'm sure we put the same compost.
Yeah, we did.
We
Right.
did. I'm
Do
sure
you
we
like
did.
Rocket, Deb?
I love Rocket.
Right. She's in for a shock now.
Whoa, thank you. I'm
Well,
gonna
I
eat this
tasted some
rocket.
last
Watch.
night and it blew my socks off.
Did it?
Yeah.
You ready? Oh my god, that's good. That is. Oh my
How
god.
peppery is it?
It's very, very peppery. Indeed.
Wow.
Very peppery. It's lovely.
It's gorgeous, isn't
Mm.
it?
I like that.
So this
See, I'm here to taste things.
this
You want to taste it? That's
big
the title,
tub of
taste
rocket, I'm going to put it outside today. Okay, because it's been grown in the sunshine. If I put it straight out in the cold, it's going to have a heart attack, bless it. And we don't want it to have an heart attack. So I'm going to put it outside and let it get used to other temperatures. Then I'll bring it back in tonight and then I'll put it out tomorrow. And halfway through the week, I'll just plant it in the ground. Okay.
You've really got to
So
get
that's going to come
to it.
outside now, and I'm going to put it. So
Will that
get
explain,
live
Sue?
outside. What, sorry, sweetheart?
Will that explain why I bought a mint plant from Tesco and had it inside for a few weeks? And then I decided to put it out. So I just planted it straight out and put it on a little trough on my table. And it did seem to have a bit of a heart attack. And now it's growing again.
Right.
It took about 3 weeks.
It's a difference in temperature. Lots of plants. I mean, I'm not sure about rocket, but I'm going to treat rocket the same as I would all the other plants. When you grow them in the greenhouse, you need to take them outside and do something called hardening off, so they get used to outdoor temperature. So usually I put this in the cold frame, but my cold frame is currently a store for plant pot trays. So when I tidy that out this week, come round here, Debs. It will go in.
We're walking backwards again. We're gonna fall over. At some point, I am gonna fall over.
I mean, it's been stored for glass and everything. I mean, I've got extra glass on here. So in the week, I'm going to take all these things out of here, give the soil a disinfect because there might be disease in the soil inside from last year's plants. So I'm going to disinfect all the soil, and then I'm going to put things inside.
So how do you disinfect soil?
Well, I was going to ask that.
We use J's fluid.
No, and I don't know what the I should I'll find an organic way of disinfecting the soil. I've never used J's fluid yet. I just usually use some boiling water.
Right.
So
you just pour boiling water on the soil?
Yeah.
All right, okay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Creatures.
Just put something on it.
I was literally thinking you were going to put disinfectant on it.
Yeah.
Well, J's fluid is disinfectant. It kills all the things that are wrong. You know, all the little bits of bad things that live in your soil. Because they can kill off a lot of your plants and contaminate your plants, so you don't want that.
Wow.
The boiling.
I'm just going to put some hot water. Well, not boiling water, just some hot water.
Hot water.
That's
So
a great
then
Deborah. Worm,
anything inside, I'll get rid of them that way.
would worms do it as well, Sue, if you put a load of earthworms in?
Uh,
I mean, it might take longer.
yeah, maybe. Or I'll just, I can put a little stand in the bottom to keep them off the soil.
Would you bother doing that with pots?
You've got to clean all your pots before you reuse them.
You've got to clean all your pots
Every
before
pot
you reuse them.
You've got to wash it.
Oh.
So what
Right.
happened to kind of last year's compost in pots?
Yes, last year's compost in pots, it goes in compost bin.
Right, okay.
So it
So you
gets
don't
broke down
reuse
to
it for
stronger compost.
plants? I just
No.
stick new plants in it. Oh my
I
lord.
chuck it on my
Just chuck
beds.
it onto,
I must
onto
admit,
the
yeah.
garden.
I chuck it on my
I
garden,
mean, the ones I
on
had
the beds.
tomatoes in last year, I've just thrown it straight out here.
Yeah.
But then there's things like potash and things you can use that are nutrients for your soil.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put some of that down.
That's the problem with pots, because sometimes you have things in pots that you're not going to move out of the pot,
No.
but the soil's getting more and more depleted every year.
Yeah.
So they will need feeding.
Yeah. So over this last 2, 3 or 4 weeks, can you see this green compost bin at the back here? I don't know if you can see this one.
Oh yeah.
That was full almost to the top with compost. So the stuff I'd started composting that hasn't broke down, I've moved to the far end. That's in a new compost bin down there. And then what was left at the bottom of here, which filled, which was quite a lot, I put half of it over there and spread it out over there. And then the rest of it is on here. But this soil here, this has come from over there, underneath there. And this was the bottom of my compost pile. So I don't know if you can see that.
Oh, that's nice.
So that's the bottom of my compost heap.
Mine never looks like that.
No. you throw some cow poo in a tub and ignore it for a good year and a half.
Right.
And that's what you get.
Ah.
And amongst all your other stuff, now I've got filthy dirty hands now.
No, filthy
Your
dirty.
fault.
Filthy dirty hands. Filthy you
Right,
are.
what time are we on, guys?
What time are we on? Are we ready for brew?
11:15.
Do you want to brew?
Let's just have a look at some more stuff in the greenhouse.
And then we'll have a brew.
Then we'll have a brew.
Right, you have to excuse the
So what are
greenhouse
these?
because it has been used as a store as well.
Look at these.
So, right,
Oh, look at
those are the buttercup squash.
Oh, look.
So these ones are going to be small baby squash, but the top of them is going to be a buttercup flower shape on top. Those are Waltham butternut squashes. So I've just brought these from home. So I've germinated these at home and then brought them down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant these up into new pots. Okay, so they'll get new pots. The pea shoots, did we do these last time? There's only one germinated. I don't know what's going on with them. So those are leeks in there. They're on a go slow. This is a straight neck prolific squash. And that's another one. So they were planted.
Are they ready to go out?
They're not ready to go out yet. They can go out once all the frost has gone and when it's warmed up. So the end of May.
So when were they planted as seeds?
These were planted, let me think, March.
Oh, wow.
But they were planted both at the same time and look at the difference in size. Okay, there's another one there and there's another one there. Now this one has already got, am I right? Yeah. It's already got some tiny flowers coming on it.
Okay.
So I need to get this in a pot with lots of compost underneath it. So I'm going to put this in a great big pot with a whole heap of manure underneath it, because squashes are really greedy feeders. If you don't give them lots of manure, lots of feed, you'll end up with loads of male flowers and no fruit. Okay, I had one last year that gave me about 50 male flowers and then I only got 2 courgettes off it.
So can you just pull the flowers off or do you leave them?
Well, I suppose you could pull them off. I've never pulled them off before in my life, but I don't see why not. Let's have an experiment. Let's experiment. Let's hope they're all male and there's no, you can tell they're not. You can tell the male because if you, I don't know if you can see in there, You see that stem underneath the flower? When the flower comes out, if it's just looks like an ordinary stem, then you've no fruit there. But if the stem starts swelling when the flower comes out, then you've got a fruit underneath it. So what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to get some extra compost tomorrow, because I've not got any compost here apart from seed compost, and that's not good enough for it. And I'm going to put it in a great big pot, great big pot. Let me find one.
What if you have no access to manure? What do you feed them with?
I'd get some. Oh God, what would you do if you know manure? Constantly feed it with tomato food or something like that.
Yeah, okay.
Or give it some. You can get chicken pellets in the shop.
Oh yeah.
So put chicken pellets.
Chicken pellets, Jake. I'm just imagining Jake getting manure up to his 5th floor flat.
If you you could just put some in a little bag and take it to it.
Manure in his flat. Get
outside.
He's got that. Can you see that?
Tomato rape.
Can you see? Show it again, Jake.
Hang on, let me put my specs down.
You have to speak, Jake.
Oh yeah, it's Tom right.
Right, yeah, that'll do. Yeah,
Right.
That's tomato food. Yeah, Jake, feed everything with it. Just forget it's just tomato food. Everything.
How often?
Once a week, honey.
Once a week. Okay.
God.
Once a week. Feed. And you'll have growth.
Right,
I'm going to stick it in a pot this big.
Can you see that size of that pot?
A big one.
A big one for the squash.
Yeah, for the squash.
Wow.
Until it goes outside, and then when I've transplanted it into that big pot, I'll leave it another 2 days in here, and I'll put it in the cold frame, and it'll be fine in the cold frame. But the frost will kill them. Do not put any squashes outside.
Right.
Not yet, anyway. Not unless you're going to cover them over with plastic or whatever. Or you can create a little greenhouse system for it. So if you've got one in the pot and you know where to put it and it has to go outside, fasten a plastic bag right round it to keep the frost out.
You know what? Put it in your bathroom or your spare bedroom or kitchen windowsill. Mine are everywhere.
All right, you. Right, over to Debbie. Debbie is now on cooking. Oh my God.
I think I'm being a nuisance.
Yeah, so all those squashes were all at the same time.
Yep.
All went in at the same time.
Look how different they are.
See, Frost has got that one a little bit.
Oh, that's what happens. Can you see that?
When it
Frost
wasn't,
gets your squash.
The Frost gets the squash. So the Frost got in here is warm in here.
It is lovely.
Let's open this up.
It's lovely in here.
So yeah, so we've got the rocket. You've seen the rocket. One's gone out. There's one here. These are the cabbages we sowed.
Oh, these cabbages we sowed.
Wow.
Okay, so they're going to go into pots and then they'll go outside when they're bigger. They're not going outside at all yet because these definitely need hardening off. Okay, there's our coriander. So that's almost ready to go out. What are you doing in there? What are you? No idea, but you're coming out. So these are my sweet peas. So I took the tops out of them. I nipped the tops out of them and then they grow better.
They grow bushier, don't
do.
they? If you take the top out.
Bushy.
Up and they grow out instead.
Yeah, they grow out, but those are having a little bit of a go slow. And then my onions are over there.
Can you see the onions?
So they're my onions. There is definitely not 250 there, is there? No, there's definitely not. Okay. Those are the flowers still for home. Those are more squashes. Over here, I have got 2 black cherry tomatoes, which I was given by a friend. And I've got a Romanesco tomato. And then that's a sweet corn.
This is the sweet corn that will go out.
This is going out towards the end of May. Okay.
Like proper sweet corn?
Proper sweet corn, Jake.
Really easy to grow, apparently, now.
Well, she says that.
That's what I read. I haven't tried it.
She says that, but I've planted 12 sweet corn seeds, 5 germinated. Then I planted another 3 again. Only 1 germinated, and then these are the ones that are germinated over the last few weeks. So they're coming up behind last. And for the first time ever, I've got basil to germinate. That's the basil we put in a little pot.
Wow.
So yeah. And then down here we've got the Echinacea. Just having a little hissy
That's
fit
what we
in there.
planted, wasn't it? Was it?
Yeah,
Did we
we
plant
put
that
some
2
of that
weeks
in.
ago? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. I think we did.
What
Okay.
do you do with that, Sue?
It's going to go outside into the garden, and it'll come back every year. So if you've got some Echinacea, Jake, I'll put one of these in a little pot in a few weeks' time, and I'll send it to Debbie, and you can just put it on your balcony, sweetheart. It won't flower this year. What, sorry?
Do you eat it?
No, it's a flower.
The Echinacea that you use
Deb
as a
smells what?
tonic,
Yes.
I think comes from the roots, Jake.
Oh,
I think they grind up the roots or something, but I'll check.
Not grinding up the roots.
So-
Right, hold the phone.
Oh.
Sorry about this,
Two
guys.
spoons for you. Right, so this is, these are lettuce. I only know that because it says round lettuce there. So these are lettuce. So these are coming up as well. We planted these 2 weeks ago. Do you remember?
yeah.
So these are the lettuce. So remember, if you plant a seed compost, but anything after seeds, like all these cuttings and everything, they can just go in normal compost when.
Didn't even know there was such a thing as seed compost.
Yeah, because the seeds it's much finer. Because the seeds, if you imagine how tiny the seeds are, so if you've got really lumpy, thick compost, they can't kind of grow through it. My question was the onions. What's going on with the onions, Sue?
Well, there's no going on with it because they're gladioli eyeballs.
Oh,
They're going out into the garden next week. And they're going to be planted with some peacock lilies. Oh, come back.
right.
Those are potatoes that are still chitting.
So what does that mean?
We're getting little growth on them. Let me show you.
So we're waiting for them to.
We're
do
about to be
little
invaded
sprouts.
again. So yeah, so this is chitting potatoes. So when they get little leaves on them, and then you can put them into the ground. Okay, and then those will come up out of the soil, and then once you see those, you put a load of soil on top of them again. So that's called earthing up.
So I'll show you where this is what Sue's done out here. Let me show you.
Right.
And that's just so your potatoes don't go green. So I'll show you what that means.
So here we have 2 rows of potatoes.
Can you see
that
how
have
it's all
absolutely
banked up?
no idea where they are.
So they're
They
in
should be
these 2
Popping
rows
their
here.
heads through and they're not. So I might unearth the bottom end and just have a look to see what's going on.
When did you put them in?
They've been in 3 weeks. They should be coming up by
okay.
now. They should be popping.
So basically,
they're
put
not.
your potatoes on a windowsill until they start to do that and grow roots.
Oh, yeah.
Or
They grow the tops out
Leaves,
first, and then you
yeah.
plonk it. All you do is you put it in the ground like that, and then you earth it up like that. And every time you see some more shoots coming up, earth it up a bit more.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
And that keeps the daylight out away from it.
and then they'll grow lots of potatoes. One potato will become many.
Let's have a look.
I found a
You can
potato
do
that
this
looked
in a
like
pot.
Let me see where they
You
are.
can do it in plastic bags, can't you? So you can do it in bin bags.
They are there. Look, see.
Oh, look,
Can you
look,
see?
look at the potato.
that. Wow.
So it is on its way. I was getting a bit panicked because I couldn't see it. So
You can
there
do
it is.
in-
It's setting out all its roots, see?
Wow.
you can
And
grow
it's
them
there.
in
So we're gonna send it back to sleep.
dustbins.
Lots of people on the allotment aren't putting them in the ground this year. Oh, I've lost that other one. I don't want you being a rogue. Lots of people this year putting them in bags rather
Yeah.
than just come for a walk, Debs. I'll show
Okay.
you Julie and Alan.
We're going for a walk. Oh, look, we're going for a walk. Look at the daffodils.
Oh,
Crystal tulips. Look at that baby
you see that?
Oh, that's
Oh, what's that?
Beautiful.
what is it?
Little tulip.
Oh,
Oh,
They are feathery. The petals are at the end.
wow.
Yeah.
And they're gorgeous daffodils. Hello. Hello.
So past Georgina's little
Georgina's little.
garden. She's just done her garden.
Oh, look, she's
Yeah.
redone the fairy garden. That's her apple tree.
Oh, that's nice.
And do you remember the fairy garden? The girls were moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, they've redone the
Oh,
fairy
that's
garden.
lovely.
Says, hold on, let me take this out of my pocket. Can you see that?
Yeah.
look.
This is the fairy garden.
That
Isn't
is
it
so
beautiful? Look. And then that signpost says, what does it say? Does anybody read that? I can't read that.
What does it say? Snail? Is it?
Snail trail.
Snail
Yeah.
trail.
Fairy ring. And I can't read the bottom one.
No.
Oh.
Shall we have a look? Shall I be naughty? Troll Bridge. Excellent. I love it.
So this is the new fairy garden. Beautiful.
It's lovely. Oh, bluebells.
Yeah.
The back of the fairy garden
bluebells.
is the rose with the
I
biggest
love
orange leaf on
bluebells.
it.
They are.
We
They're
were
lovely.
talking about.
Look at all those strawberries Georgina's got.
Wow.
Don't talk about Georgina's strawberries. We
And
buy
the-
strawberries.
The heather, the lavender, sorry. Look at the biggest rhubarb in the world.
Shut up.
Regina's got really good rhubarb.
Right, go over there. You can see the bags.
What?
Go right over. Can you see those bags?
Oh, can you
Yeah.
see those? Can you see the bags?
Oh,
Grow-
yeah.
Grow bags.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what she's got all the potatoes in. So rather than putting them down in the ground, they're doing them that way.
Wow.
Okay.
Is that just so they've got more ground space for other things?
So they've got more ground space, yeah. I'll show you a good way with potatoes next
You
time.
can use that. You can use like bark bags, can't you?
You can
Compost
use
bags.
anything you've got for a potato.
You can use black
You can
bin
use your
liners.
recycling bins,
What?
your small ones, your small square ones. Yeah. So if you're recycling cardboard into a square plastic bin, stick it in a bag and use it for your potatoes and give it them back when you finish doing your potatoes. They're
Do
good
you-
for carrots as
There you
well.
go. Look at these.
Primulas.
Look at these
Does
primulas.
Sue
They're
grow
beautiful.
mushrooms?
What, darling?
Do you grow mushrooms?
I don't grow mushrooms. No, you need the dark for mushrooms,
Chives.
honey.
I tried growing mushrooms once.
I remember.
A log that has
Yeah.
mushrooms on it.
You weren't
Oh, it's
impressed
very
though.
expensive.
Yeah,
I think it's about something like £25 for the log.
that has mushrooms in
That
it.
has mushroom spores in it, and then the mushrooms grow out of the log.
You used to be able to get mushroom compost,
Yeah.
but you
You
can't
could-
really get it anymore.
You can still get it from someplace, I don't know where.
Mm.
But if you get spent mushroom compost, you usually find out you've got loads of mushrooms. So
Yeah, last year, Celia, because she put mushroom compost all over her garden about 10 years
Let me just wash
ago.
my hands 'cause I've been using that. So.
She last year we had garden full of mushrooms, but you have to pick them on the day they come up within a couple of hours. Otherwise, and if it rains, you've got no chance. So you've got to get them before it rains, otherwise they turn to mush.
Oh.
So
Absolutely. Right, shall we have a brew, people?
right, time for a brew, time for a break. What do we look at?
Cold drink.
Can we share the screen and look at Jake's stuff when we've made a brew?
Yeah.
I'll stop recording now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go and grab
Yes.